By the middle of this century, South Korea's population is projected to shrink by more than 4 million. With fewer and fewer babies being born each year, that means there'll be almost a 1-to-1 ratio between working people and non-working people. Senior citizens will make up almost half the population. Rae-hyun has the details.
South Korea is predicted to be dealing with shrinking population issues even in the year 2050. Statistics Korea on Thursday reported its population projection for 2050. It forecasts that South Korea's population will drop by over 4 million. The population in 2020 stood at around 51.8 million. But it's expected that there will be approximately 47 million people in 2050 in South Korea. The report goes on to say that the number of people in the working age bracket will also see a dramatic drop. Those aged between 15 to 64 accounted for 72.1% of South Korea's population in 2020. But by 2050, it's likely that this number will drop to a little over 51%. One expert says more economically active women could be a solution to the plunging working population.
Female labor force participation in South Korea is the lowest among the OECD countries. As the working population drops, it's becoming more important for the government to encourage women to participate in economic activities.
And despite the overall population decline, the proportion of older adults will more than double, from 15.7% in 2020 to 40% in 2050. This may also raise concerns about the growing pressure on the working population to support them. A look at the dependency ratio does nothing to alleviate those concerns. The ratio, which indicates the number of economically inactive people that 100 working people take care of, stood at 38.7 in 2020. By 2050, that's forecasted to surge to 95.8.
Women were usually primary caregivers to take care of elderly relatives at home. But now, as the female population is considered to be an important part of the country's economic activities, more welfare policies are needed for the elderly, like nursing homes.
The rise in the number of older people will coincide with plunging youth population figures. In 2020, around 12% of people living in Korea were aged between 0 and 14. But in 2050, that share is expected to drop to 8.8%. Rae-hyun, Arirang News.